presents School is Now in Session.
Welcome to Homeschooled Podcast.
Homeschooled.
The Homeschool Podcast. Why? Because he was homeschooled.
It's time to document the journey.
Welcome back once again to Homeschooled Podcast. How is everybody? How you guys doing? It's Agostino Zoida. I'm the host. I'm here by myself. I got no guest. I got no co-host. It's a one-on-one, you and me. I know it's been a little while since I talked to you guys, and that's one of the things that we're going to talk to you about today. That's what I want to talk to you guys about. I got shit on my mind. I got shit on my plate. So before we begin, I just want to let everybody know I got a lot of shows coming up. I'm sorry, guys. The Homeschool Podcast has been lacking. It's probably been hurting the most out of all of the, I don't know what you want to call it, platforms that I have. It definitely hurts the most when I'm this super busy like I am. There's a lot of things that are priority to me, like, I'm getting ready to tape a special, so I've been, working on that hour and everything and getting everything in order. So speaking of which, so here's what I got for you guys. Coming up this weekend, Friday the 29th, I'm in town. I'm doing a guest set, or I think I might be closing out the show in Hollywood at the Fourth Wall Cafe. And Fourth Wall Cafe, it's a small little cafe that has like pizza and shit and beers and it's cool. It's like a real, like if you imagined. If you could picture like a poetry reading cool little cafe spot, but it's stand-up comedy with a little brick wall in the background, 20-seater. So that'd be a nice little workout. That's this Friday the 28th if you're local and you want to come by and see. And then Saturday the 30th, I'm coming to Bakersfield. So those of you in Bakersfield, I'm coming back. I'm at the comedy club The Well. So this Saturday, April 30th, I'm at the Well. I believe it's an 8 o'clock show, if I'm not mistaken, if not 7. Anyway, all the info's at my website, AugostinoComedian.com or HomeschooledPod.com. Click on tour. And then after that, you guys, I got a lot of shit coming up in May. May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, I'm doing the El Cid Theater. And then May 15th, I'll be headed to Detroit. I'm actually specifically performing in Ferndale, Michigan. So I've never been to Michigan before. So there you go. This is going to be new for both of us. If you guys haven't seen me before, I'm coming to your town, Michigan. It's May 15th. It's a Sunday. Tickets are on sale right now. They're starting to move. Let's see. After that's the taping. The following weekend, May 21st, Paso Robles, California. Paso Robles, I play like twice a year now. It seems like for the past year or two, maybe 3 times a year. It's like I'm doing it quarterly, but I'm actually gonna tape my my special there. It's a really cool compound. That whole property is huge. There's an upper level, a lower level, outside, and then there's a whole bar area inside, and then there's another hall, which is where I am going to be recording my special. It's really cool, intimate, which is what I've always wanted for a special. I want intimate. I don't want a big theater. I want little lounge chairs and people just in a small room. So that's what it is. And May 21st, that weekend, Paso Robles is wine country, and it's actually wine week. It's the weekend of the wine festival in Paso Robles. So, you guys should come out. I'm a little nervous. There's going to be wino drunks that were day drinking the whole day at my special taping. Hopefully not. Hopefully nobody heckles. But there you go, you guys. I'm just super busy, and I apologize for not putting out homeschool podcast. I mean, I am putting them out. I'm putting out one a week, and it's not like a genuine one-on-one content like this. It's I'm recording the movie reviews, and then we do the Oscar nomination stuff. So I'm here, guys. I'm here, but I'm not here. And so it's one of the things I want to talk to you guys about is like, we're going to figure out what we're going to do with Homeschooled podcasts. I'm not saying that don't mean it's like I'm going to end it. I'm saying like I'm going to revamp it and have a really good format and go back to having good guests and good conversations and stuff like that. It's just, guys, I've been crazy swamped. I've got I've got like so many things going on, with taping the special, and I'm constantly on the road, and I really kind of want to just focus on that. And then, you know what, guys, we're at like episode 400 and something, and we're going to get to 500 soon. So I'm thinking, like, when we get close to 500, I think I might do a live homeschool podcast show. And, I really want to revamp this thing. I've just been kind of neglecting you guys. If you guys are homeschool podcast listeners, and if you've been there since the beginning, I really appreciate you. And so here's what I want to talk about. Is I want to talk about how things really get you down and you just kind of lose motivation in it. And I'm not saying I don't have motivation. I have a lot of motivation. I have a lot of shit constantly going on, and I'm just motivated towards other things. And I want you guys to understand that I have been doing the homeschool podcast for probably 4, maybe 5 years now. This is episode 430 something. And when you've put so much into something, like there was a couple years straight where I was doing 2 episodes a week, and then I went down to 1 because I just got other shit going on. But like when you put so much time and energy into something and you don't see a lot come back, it's very discouraging, and I think it's normal behavior. I think it's completely normal, and I'm just saying it out loud because I know there's probably a lot of people that can relate when you put a lot of energy into something. And it could be anything. It could be a podcast. It could be a relationship. If you put a lot of work and years into a relationship, and then as time goes on, you see like you get the love back a little bit less and less and less. It's discouraging. You can be a writer and you can feel really confident that you're super talented at that, and that's your passion. That's what you love doing, and you probably have great content. And then once you keep putting it out there and you don't get a response, or a publisher doesn't pick it up, or people read it and nobody really comments or anything like that. There's no play, whatever it is you're writing, an author. Just to give you an example, it's like your work will even lack. So like the next thing you write is not going to be as good. And it's not because you're not good anymore. It's because you've put in the hours and the sweat and the passion, and losing sleep and being tired, and the energy and editing. You've put all that work in planning, and then you get the same numbers sometimes as when you half-assed it. So then your next book or script or whatever it is that you're writing, or thing that you're painting, it may not be your best work, because when you did your best work, people didn't share it. People didn't like it. And listen, guys, I get discouraged with this shit. When I revamp Homeschool Podcast, I gotta come back and be on another platform. I really gotta build another like YouTube is just complete garbage. I mean, a lot of people, I think it's pretty mixed. Everybody's like, oh, why did Elon Musk buy Twitter? I'll tell you fucking why. Because, who knows if he's going to do what he says he's going to do. Not that he has to, not like he owes us anything. It's not like a president doesn't keep their promises. They should do that. They should keep their promises when you elected them. But, nobody elected Elon. He bought Twitter. He could do whatever the fuck he wants with it, but he's promising to do these things. And, and for that reason, I'm like YouTube's got to something's got to happen with YouTube too, man. They are so corrupted. They're so trash. I'm not trying to say that my numbers should be great. I get it, guys. I'm not a famous guy. This podcast is not popular. It doesn't blow up. You know what I mean? I've lost a couple of sponsors. Not really making money on it anymore. And I don't get huge name guests. I tried to a lot in the beginning, and sometimes I did. I got good guests on. Guys, it's 400 and something episodes. It's a lot of fucking fire episodes. And then, like anything else, there's some bad ones. But anyway, the point is that I have great guests and things like that. And then I really mostly wanted to be a better podcast host and get good at doing solos and talking one-on-one with you guys. And I wanted to be a better host, and I wanted people to like me before I started to bring on famous people. But I have had, great guests on and stuff, and YouTube has just got to go. YouTube is just like, and I don't like guys. I mean, for the amount of like subscribers I have, not that it's a lot, it's 0 views, 0. And I know that longer videos don't get a lot of views. The shorter ones will get more views. So like if I do an hour-long podcast, I could see where it wouldn't get as many views. But guys, like 0 views on a 2-minute clip. And not only that, but now I've started to notice, and I've talked to other people, and they start to notice, I've actually seen my views disappear. Like I've seen it be like overnight. It'll be like, okay, I'll post a video, I'll look at it, like, oh, there's like 27 views, okay, and the next morning I'll wake up, and there's 0 or 2. Like YouTube is literally taking views away. I've talked about it a lot. I think it's for the same reason that I get shadow banned on Instagram. I mean, for the amount of followers I have on Instagram, you would think like my numbers for likes and views would be really, really, really high. And sometimes it is. Like sometimes when I, sneak through the algorithms, I can see what I should normally be getting. Like, some of my videos will be like 12,000 views. One of my stand-up clips that's not 30 seconds, it's like over a minute, will be like, 3,000 views. And then, my stories will be like 200 views on each one. But then all that lasts me like less than 24 hours. Something happens, the algorithm kicks back in, they remember I'm shadow banned, and then all of a sudden I will be capped at 60. And I know I'm capped because like, one day I got, 200 views, and the next day it's 60. And then every story after it is 60, 60, 60, 60. Not 61, not 62, 60. I'm shadow banned constantly, like all across the platform. I'm shadow banned. There is no freedom of speech in public platforms, and it's public platforms, something that we should be able to say. I don't think that you should necessarily be able to do and say whatever the fuck you want to do all the time, like tell somebody to go fuck themselves. And I mean, you gotta have common sense about things. I'm a little bit more rated R on Twitter and on Instagram, where like younger people follow me, or like, family members follow me on Facebook and stuff like that. Like I'll bleep out curse words, especially if I'm doing a joke, and I try to keep it clean. I don't like to use sexual innuendos that much, and unless it's tasteful, like you gotta have common sense. But like if it's not even like I want to be able to say whatever the fuck I want to say. Like, no, it's just I'm having an opinion on things, and I'm not even really saying it. Every now and then you'll see I posted something that might have a hard opinion on things, but mostly it comes from like if I liked things, or if I'm actually friends with people who like these things that are in these groups who have the same views, or when friends send me stuff that the algorithms doesn't like, pushing some agenda that they don't agree with, that they don't want you to know, like a news story that they're trying to hide, things like that. And it's across the board, like you guys have been on Instagram and you'll see an ad pop up, and then maybe it interests you, so you clicked on it, and then you'll put your phone down, leave the house, go to, let's say, a computer at work, and open Google, and before you even type anything, it automatically has the search ready of the thing you saw on Instagram from a different device, different account. It knows all your accounts. It knows everything. So I believe that like I'm shadow banned on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Like there was a point where like Twitter was my main shit. Now it's like Instagram is more my main shit. I'm more focused on it. I have more content there. I have more results there. But there was a time where Twitter was my main shit. I would put everything there. I got most of my followers there, like especially like, when I used to do Joey's podcast, Church What's Happening Now, or when I used to open for him a lot. I noticed that his fans, specifically, like it comes from like Rogan and all that stuff, like they were heavy on Twitter. I would get a lot of Twitter more than anything. And I know for a fact that like I'm shadow banned on Twitter. And I'm also pretty sure that like the views on my videos, I get a lot more than it actually is telling me that I get. I'll have other friends check on it for me, and on their end they can see I got more views, and on my end it shows me I just got 15. I'm telling you guys, this is not a conspiracy theory. As much as I love to talk about that shit, and I'm one of those fucking guys. This is real. I'm not making this up. I will watch views on my videos disappear, and it's discouraging. And I'm not saying I deserve to have hundreds and hundreds and thousands of views. I'm saying, come on, 0? Come on, 2? I got a video of me doing stand-up. It's under 2 minutes long. I posted it on Instagram. It's like 3,500, almost at 4,000 right now. It has 0 views on YouTube. On Twitter, it's at like 15 views. That's the other thing about Twitter. My Twitter views are also capped at numbers. Like I'll open Twitter and it goes by fives. It's like you have 5 views, you have 10 views, you have 15 views, you have 20 views. Like that's literally how it'll grow. It's 5, 10, 15, 20. It's not 12. Like really? It's all like by 5 increments? You're telling me that 12 people didn't see this? 16 people didn't view it? No, it's 15 and then 20 and then 25 and then it caps like around 30 for me. That's where it caps. It's just these platforms are a bunch of fucking bullshit bogus. But anyway, the point is that like I'm never giving up. I don't want to say I never say never, but I'm not giving up on Homeschool Podcast just yet. My whole everything is called Homeschooled Entertainment. It's all under one umbrella. Like Homeschool Entertainment is what it is. But under that, I have this podcast, Homeschool Podcast. I have the video, the movie reviews I do with Kevin, the movie stash where we discuss a movie. I mean, guys, it's a talk show. It's a 5-minute talk show. So you can go on YouTube or Instagram and you watch a 5-minute talk show that's funny. 2 dudes discussing a movie, and then it ends with movie trivia. Whoever wins chooses the next movie that they discuss. Okay, so that's called the movie stash. See, I'm more excited about doing that. I have more fun doing that. They're short. They're edited really funny. I love talking about movies, and I look on. It's not like viral, but I look and it's doing well. The videos are doing well. Depending on the movie we discuss, some are doing better than others, and I could accept that. But when I look at YouTube and it has 0, or if I look at Homeschool Podcast and it's not moving, the numbers aren't growing. Like, I get it. I have a big guest on that has a following. Of course, they're going to do a little bit better. But, guys, it's not moving. So, I don't know if you're not listening, which I wouldn't blame you because I haven't been giving it my whole heart. But it doesn't move. It's like the same number always. And it's very discouraging. And, I'm liking the movie stuff. I've always loved the things I talk about on Homeschool Podcast. We've talked about movies, joke writing, the journey for artists and what we go through and what I'm experiencing, the ups and downs. And I have guests on and other comics or writers. And we talk, tell stories, everything. I've always loved it. But like, I'm having more fun doing the other things. So I'm putting my heart more into those and I'm seeing the results. It's nice to see things pay off. If you're going to diet or you're going to watch your weight or you're going to go like, I got to cut out the beer because I can't lose my beer belly or stuff like that. And you actually cut those things out and then you actually see results. The scale goes down. You can see in the mirror your stomach is shrinking little by little. And I'm not saying you're going to be fucking, have a 6-pack overnight, but it's nice to see week after week, a couple pounds here and there, a couple pounds here and there. It motivates you to keep going. When you see nothing, 0 change, nothing. Imagine that. Like you step on the scale and you weigh 201.7. And then you diet for a month. Fucking no sugar, no soda, no beer, no alcohol, no bread, no carbs. You know what I mean? Then you get on the scale and it's 201.7 still. Like, really? Not 201, not 201.6, 201.7 again. The same number. And this is the experience that I have with platforms. It's not shrinking, it's not growing, it's just dead. It's just still. And it's very frustrating. And you're not going to want to work out anymore. You're not going to want to do the diet anymore. You're going to go, fuck it. Then why don't I just eat whatever the fuck I fucking want then? If it's going to be the same result. And that's the frustration that they want you to have. When I say they, you could take it however you want. Big Brother, the man, the powers that be, the fucking lizard people, whatever the fuck, whoever the evil people that run the world, whoever it is in your life that constantly, tries to keep you down. That's what they want. They want you to do it. Maybe it's your boss. Maybe it's a fucking friend that pretends to be your friend, but really your enemy. The big brother, the man. They want you to be discouraged. They want you to just go like, I'm going to quit. I'm not going to do it. That's what they want because they're trying to silence you. That's what the shadow ban is all about. But it's very discouraging. But I just here to let you guys know that I have plans to revamp Homeschool Podcasts. Have more of a set platform or format. Have more of a set format and more of a consistency and something you can count on, and maybe more like the same amount of time each episode, not like one's 20 and one's an hour, and the next one will be 2 hours, the next one will be 40. More like consistency, because that's what I have success with. Like with the movie reviews, I keep it under 5 minutes always. What else do I have under the homeschool entertainment umbrella? I've got the Gentleman Savage. Every now and then I give tips for men on how to be a gentleman, but still be a fucking badass. Little tips to like life hack type shit. I've got Flavor City. You know what I mean? I'm cooking dishes. I'm showing people how to cook dishes. I'm tasting dishes when I travel from city to city doing stand up. So I'm trying to build these other things because, like I've been saying, like Homeschool Podcast is not. I'm not gonna blow up from it. I'm not gonna have 200 people show up on my next show because all of a sudden they heard Homeschool Podcast and now they're fucking fan. I missed the overnight podcast blow up train. Okay, but I do enjoy sharing what I've learned and what I've experienced and my knowledge to any artist or anybody that just wants to listen, and it's kind of where this podcast is geared more, is towards people that are artists, or I'm trying to help people not be discouraged like I feel sometimes. And I'm trying to let people know like you're not alone, and there's things that like I am experiencing also. If you follow me on Instagram, you might think I'm doing really well. Like, whoa, my one of my videos, like, the roast, the Friday roast. That's another thing that I do. I do the Friday roast. People suggest something for me to roast, and I roast it in like under 30 seconds. The last one's at like 12,000 views. Maybe you see that, and then you go see my stand-up clips at 4,000 views, and then you go that and you see I'm in Detroit, and then I'm in. And then I'm taping a special, and then you'll see that, like, you guys, but I'm like you. I'm exactly like you, and I want to let you know that you ain't alone, and you got to fight these discouragements because they want you to be discouraged. Whatever it is, the universe, people, don't be discouraged because you weren't in it. You didn't get in it for... maybe you did. You want to be fucking rich and famous. Sure, great. Who doesn't want that? But, like, you got to love something. You got to really enjoy doing it because you enjoy doing it. And whatever views you get is a fucking blessing. If it's one person, it's a fucking blessing. To have a passion about something and really love and enjoy something and creating content about something that you love, or doing something that you love, like creating content, that's amazing. How many people get ideas in their head for a script or a short film that they want to film? Or I got 2 documentaries half in the works that are on a pause right now because of all the shit I got going on. Like, how many things are in your mind, great ideas that you have? Everybody who has ever had a great idea knows that the easiest part is the great idea. Like, everybody, if people find out that you do stand-up, they go, oh, how do you come up with this material? Or they hear, if you're good at it, oh man, your material's great. They're so brilliant. That bit is brilliant. Guys, the easiest part is coming up with the idea. Anybody who's ever had a great, brilliant idea ever, whether it be creatively writing, stand-up, music, a song, a ballad, a note, a fucking movie, an invention, whatever the fuck. Everybody who's ever had a great idea knows that it's just the beginning, the idea. You can't just come up with a great idea. You got to take it from up here and you got to put it on a piece of paper. And then you got to put it on a piece of paper and then you got to organize it. And then once it's organized, you got to figure out who all needs to be involved to make it happen. Then once you do that, you got to send it to all of them. Then you got to worry about everybody's schedule, including your own. And then you got to make adjustments based on everybody's input and schedules. And then you got to get money involved. You got to make anything happen. A podcast, even if it's audio only, and then you add video to it. To make anything happen at all, get on stage for 5 minutes and perform the material you thought of, and then film it, and then put it on YouTube, and then one person sees it. It's a miracle that it got done. It is a miracle that it even got finished. That you took a thought and it went from a thought to a paper, to an email, to a person, to a camera, to whatever platform, to someone's eyes. It's fucking unbelievable when anything is finished ever. If even one person saw it, you succeeded. As long as you had fun doing it, as long as you love doing it. So that's where I'm getting back to. I've always loved the things I've talked about on Homeschool Podcast. I just stopped having fun for a while, guys. I got discouraged. I was having more fun doing the movie talk. I'm having more fun doing this other stuff because it feels good. I'm sorry. It just feels good to create and get that feedback that it's being shown, that people are watching it. It just feels good. It feels good to create in general. But guys, let's not bullshit ourselves. You'd be like, I want to be a painter and I just love painting. I'm sure that's true. And I agree with you. I 100% agree. It is a privilege to do what you love doing, even if nobody sees it. But you got to admit, when people see it, it feels pretty fucking good. And people like it. And you see that a lot of people liked it. Or you see that a lot of people viewed it, which means that they liked it because they're sharing it. You got to admit, it feels fucking good. I ain't in this for the money. I'm an artist. I know. I agree with you. But somebody hands you a check for something that you love doing, or somebody buys a ticket to come see you, somebody buys one of your albums or your paintings, it feels good. It feels good. And it's fun. I'm not saying you're not having fun if you're not doing those things, but you're having more fun. And I want to start having more fun doing Homeschool Podcasts. And I just want to let you guys know I'm here and we're going to revamp it. There's going to be more consistency. There's going to be more guests. There's going to be maybe even a new look. Maybe, I don't know, a new logo, whatever the fuck. It's going to be revamped. By the time that we get to 500, we'll do a live episode. We'll be back on it. We're almost there. It'll be fun. I'm just working on things right now, guys. I'm on tour. I am, working on my hour. I'm taping the special. And I got a lot of things on my mind. And that's it. And before I leave you, for those of you who've been paying attention, I've been doing these Oscar episodes where, I just because, I thought of it just because I miss my friend. I miss my friend that passed away in September. And he was the one guy we would talk about all the movies, especially the Oscar-nominated ones. I have a lot of friends I talk movies with, but like the Oscar-nominated ones, those more dramatic ones. And I really miss still to this day, I still have a void when I'm watching something and I want to ask them if they've seen it or what they think of it. And I remember they're not there anymore. So that's when I came up with I want to go through the Oscars from each year and just kind of tell you what's nominated. And if you've heard them in the past, they go by quick. It's not like it's a long discussion. It's just, here's what was nominated. Do I agree with it? Do I not agree with it? Have I seen it? Here's what I think should have been nominated instead. And then I'll have guests on that know a lot about movies and stuff. And if they recommend I watch something that I haven't yet, I'll do that. So I've been doing that. We started in 1973 and we're at 1999 now. I will leave you guys with one. Let's see. By the way, I don't know since the last one that I did if I even watched any of those. I think we did. I still haven't watched Jerry Maguire. I know it's crazy. I've never seen it. But as I explained, I'm not a giant Tom Cruise fan. Let's see what else. So no, I did not watch that. I didn't watch the Full Monty. I have not yet watched. No, I'm lying to you. I watched L.A. Confidential. I liked it. I felt it was a little too long. Let's see what else. Obviously, I've seen Good Will Hunting already. All right. So here we are. 1999. I'll just give you guys one. 1999. Here's what's nominated: Elizabeth, Life is Beautiful, Saving Private Ryan, Shakespeare in Love, The Thin Red Line. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys that I've seen none of these movies. If you guessed at home who won Best Picture, if you guessed Saving Private Ryan, you were wrong. It was actually Shakespeare in Love, which I've heard of. I've never seen it. I've seen Saving Private Ryan here and there. I don't think I've ever seen it as an adult, like to completion. I don't remember like being that fascinated by it. But Tom Hanks is nominated, as he usually is, for Best Actor. Didn't win. He went up against Nick Nolte for Affliction. Didn't win. Ed Norton for American History X. How is American History X not nominated for Best Picture? I have no idea. You got Roberto Benigni. Is Life is Beautiful. That's who won Best Actor. I always say, like, I don't know if the Oscars got it right, and I couldn't tell you in this because I never saw Shakespeare in Love. I didn't see any of these. I saw Saving Private Ryan here and there. I'm willing to give it another shot. But I feel like the ones that get talked about still to this day are Saving Private Ryan, and I've heard of Shakespeare in Love, and American History X I feel like is more of the cult classic, is more of the one that people will still talk about to this day. So didn't even get nominated, just for Best Actor. Supporting Actor, let's see, something for Affliction. Robert Duvall for Civil Action. Ed Harris, Jeffrey Rush for Shakespeare in Love. Billy Bob Thornton for A Simple Plan. Great band, just kidding. And it went to James Coburn for Affliction. Best Actress, Gwyneth Paltrow won for Shakespeare in Love. She went up against Kate Blanchett for Elizabeth. Meryl Streep for One True Thing. Are you kidding me? Meryl Streep didn't win? Anyway, 1999 is kind of a boring year. Steven Spielberg did win for Saving Private Ryan. Let's see what else. He went up against, pretty much everybody that I mentioned that was nominated for Best Picture. The Truman Show. He was nominated for Best Director, not Best Picture, which I could see that. Actually, I would be very surprised if The Truman Show was nominated for Best Picture, but if it was, I would actually kind of agree. It was definitely very, very different. Something that people still watch to this day and reference quite often. It's very different style, very different story, very creative, I thought. So I wouldn't say it should have won, although I didn't see those other movies. But I would say, like, I could understand and agree if it got nominated, but I also understand that it didn't. But hey, he got a Best Director nomination, didn't win, of course, with Steven Spielberg, Saving Private Ryan. I think for this episode, you guys, I'm going to rewatch Saving Private Ryan. As an adult, I think I need to give it another chance, because I only saw it in bits and pieces when I was young, and I probably couldn't appreciate it as much. So, there you have it. There's the Oscar Goes To from, we just covered 1999. We started 1973, and I'm going to try to go all the way. But some episodes are going to be dedicated straight to it. Some of them I might give you a couple here and there, because, I don't want to bore you guys. I don't want to lose the listeners that I've already lost. And I just want to let you know, thank you if you've been a Homeschool podcast supporter from the beginning, or since the beginning of you starting to listen to it, or if you keep coming back here to check on us. We really do appreciate you. I really appreciate you. And I'd say I'm having a lot of fun doing the other stuff that I'm doing, but I am very proud of those things. But I'm very proud of the Homeschool podcast. We've hung in there. I'm proud of the dedication. Like 4, maybe 5 years, 400 and something episodes, and we're still going. We'll do something big for 500, but most of all, of everything that I offer under the umbrella of Homeschool Entertainment, of everything, I'm mostly proud of my stand-up comedy. I am very proud of the hour I've built. I'm very proud of the comedian I've become. At 13 years in, I feel I'm a very strong performer. And you guys know me, how tough of a critic I can be. But I do feel like I'm a strong performer. I still feel like I have a lot to learn, and I am ready to retire a lot of this material that I've been doing since 2021, since I've been touring, and I've already got new stuff that's coming in, and it's hard because I don't want to do any new stuff on this special, so I'm trying to keep it at bay and not let it, leave my mind or let it lose its funk. So I'm doing it in these shows that I've been doing around town, but it probably won't be in the special. But anyway, I'm very proud of this hour. I'm very proud of myself as a stand-up, and I don't think I've ever said that out loud before, that I'm proud of myself. So you got to know that it comes from the heart, that of anything I've ever done ever, I would say I'm the most good at stand-up, and it feels good to do well, and more than anything, that's most important to me, and so that's why everything has been not a priority as I work on this special, which if you're in the Paso Robles or San Luis Obispo County area, or even if you're willing to drive a couple hours and experience Wine Weekend, which you might want to get a hotel or Airbnb pretty soon because it's going to be packed for the Wine Festival. But there's 2 shows, May 21st, come to the taping. And if you're not in California, hopefully I'll see you in Detroit, Michigan. It's April 15th. Tickets are on sale now. They're starting to move. You guys, this weekend, I'm in Bakersfield at the comedy club called The Well. It's a fairly new comedy club, pretty much the only full-time comedy club in Bakersfield. So I'm gonna be running about like a 40-minute set there. So come on out. And there's a couple of great guys like Dan Betts is opening, and then I'm taking Dan Betts with me to Salt Lake City in the St. George, Utah gig. Things are happening, guys. Things are happening, and hopefully you guys will be able to see the special eventually after it's edited and done and everything, and on some big platform. If not, you can rent it from, I don't know, Amazon Prime or something, but I don't know when that's going to be. But the actual audio for my new album will be out right away. So I'm excited. I'm excited to get it out. I'm excited to get it done and recorded, and hopefully looks and sounds great. And thank you guys. That's it for me. I'm Agostino Zoida. This is the Homeschooled Podcast, where we document the journey, and we always have and always motherfucking will. Peace.
Homeschooled Podcast. Homeschool.
The Homeschooled Podcast. Why? Because he was homeschooled.
I don't want to do that.
No, okay.
I don't want to do that at all.